Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) have handed over millions of naira recovered from internet criminals to representatives of the fraud victims in America, Spain and Switzerland, just as the EFCC arraigned a lawyer for 1.3 billion naira's forex fraud in Uyo and more 35 Chinese nationals for cyber terrorisms, internet fraud in Lagos State. EFCC, in numbers of news releases during the week, disclosed this as presented verbatim below. EFCC hands over $132,362.43, 78,566,324 nairas and 81 kobos to foreign victims of fraud. As a gesture of its commitment to tackling economic and financial crimes and offering restitution to victims of fraudulent practices, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has handed over a total sum of $132,362 United States dollars 43 cents, 78,566,324 naira, 81 kobo to American, Spanish and Swiss victims of local fraudsters. The handover, which was performed by the executive chairman of the commission, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, took place on Friday, February 21, 2025 at the EFCC's corporate headquarters in Jabi, Abuja. A delighted Olukoyede observed that the event is a demonstration of the commitment of the federal government of Nigeria and that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the fight against corruption and financial crimes. A commitment to good governance, a commitment to stimulating the economy, and a commitment to prove to the entire world that Nigeria is not a safe haven for financial crimes. A commitment to international cooperation and international synergy in the fight against financial crimes, which you will agree with me, has become a global crime. Speaking further, he said, "We are here to demonstrate that the federal government of Nigeria, through the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is ready to do everything possible to prevent financial crimes from being perpetrated in our system. And when one has taken place, to investigate where assets are involved, to trace, to recover, and where necessary, prosecute. We don't just recover, we restitute the victims. We are here this morning to restitute those who were victimized through the perpetration of economic and financial crimes. It is important to know that once proceeds of crime are recovered, the most responsible thing to do is to restitute the victims. Handed over in addition to money are vehicles and real estate to citizens of Spain, United States of America and Switzerland. Acting Ambassador of Spain to Nigeria, Maria Higon Velasco, received the sum of $1,300 and evidence of 30 million nairas already transferred to the Embassy of Spain in Nigeria for onward transmission to a victim, Maria del Rosario San Jose. Florent Gil, Senior Political Officer, First Secretary, Embassy of Switzerland, received $100,011.43, $100,011.43 on behalf of a victim, Chantal Helen Lavancy, formerly known as Chantal Helen Meda. Charles Smith, Legal Attaché, Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, Embassy of the United States, received the sum of $7,344, $7,344, nairas and 35 kobos, 7,963,483 naira, 35 kobo, and Bitcoin cryptocurrency valued at $4,470, $4,470 on behalf of the United States Embassy in Nigeria for onward transmission to a victim, Maria Jesus Brokel. Also received by Smith was Mercedes-Benz E554 Matic chassis number WDDHF9AB6AA111112, Mercedes-Benz C450 AMG with chassis number WDD20J0641F28247, and one residential bungalow, located at 1719 Seaman Street, Ungwar Maijero, Kaduna State on behalf of the United States Embassy in Nigeria for onward transmission to the crime victim. Additionally, Smith received the sum of $7,527 on behalf of the United States Embassy in Nigeria for onward transmission to the victim of the crime, Michael Smith. He also received the sum of $11,710 on behalf of the United States Embassy in Nigeria for onward transmission to the crime victim, Cheryl Williams. Lastly, Smith received the sum of 32,639,358 naira and 11 kobos, 32,639,358 naira, 11 kobo on behalf of the United States Embassy in Nigeria for onward transmission to the crime victim, Mama Maro. In her remarks, Her Excellency Velasco expressed gratitude, adding that, "This is a sign of the collaboration between Nigeria and Spain and we are very grateful for this collaboration." Smith said, "As the FBI legal attaché and the representative of the U.S. government, I want to say we personally appreciate this. Many here may not understand what the impact this does to the victims. This gives them complete closure and it allows them to feel whole again. So we really do appreciate and we thank the EFCC. The EFCC is just not operating in Nigeria. The EFCC is a major global contender and you should recognize that every time." On behalf of the government of Switzerland, Gil thanked the government of Nigeria and EFCC for the recovery and restitution. "I thank the Nigerian government and especially the EFCC for the work they have done to combat internet fraud and other financial crimes. Today's restitution of money obtained from a Swiss citizen demonstrates the effectiveness but also integrity, professionalism, courage and collaboration that occur between Nigeria and Switzerland. So, thank you for this exemplary collaboration and work in making the digital world safer and better regulated. Switzerland will continue to work alongside the Nigerian government in the service of the security of our respective people. So thank you again," he said. The Permanent Secretary, Foreign Affairs Ministry, Umar Ahmed, thanked Olukoyede for his efforts in the anti-corruption fight and conveyed the felicitation of the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Toga and the ministry to the EFCC and the Nigerian government. According to him, "This is really an unprecedented development, and you cannot believe the impact that this development will have on the mandate of the ministry, because it makes our work a whole lot easier because it really enhances the credibility of Nigeria in the international scene. And it will also go a long way in restoring investors' confidence in the country. And the ministry is very well with you in pursuing this mandate and wants to thank you for this initiative. It demonstrates the support of our President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the fight against corruption and also in strengthening the EFCC in carrying out its mandate. All of us in the ministry are really happy with this development and will keep on working with you and supporting you and in carrying your mandate." EFCC arraigns 18 more Chinese for alleged cyber-terrorism, internet fraud in Lagos. The Lagos Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Thursday, February 20, 2025, arraigned additional 18 Chinese before Justice Daniel Oshego of the Federal High Court, sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos. They are Hoang Bo, Xiao Zhen, Lai Rui Feng, Deng Wei Qian, Fu Ming, Qin Xiaoyong, Li Dong, Li Dewen, Luo Maoyang, Zhao Xiaohui, Du Jifeng, Lu Hairong, Lu Nini, Lu Gang, Sun Qi, Zhang Jian, Peng Fali and Huo Wen. They are among the 792 member cryptocurrency investment and romance fraud suspects arrested on December 10, 2024, in Lagos, in a sting operation tagged Eagle Flush Operation by EFCC operatives. The suspects were arraigned on separate charges, bordering on cybercrimes, cyber-terrorism, possession of documents containing false pretense and identity theft. One of the charges reads that Yuan Bo, Xiong Zheng, Lai Rui Feng, Genting International Company Limited and A. Dao, at large, sometime in December 2024, in Lagos, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, conspired with yourselves to commit an offense to wit, cause to be accessed computer systems for the purpose of destabilizing and destroying the economic and social structure of Nigeria, and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 27, 1b and punishable under Section 18, 1 of the Cybercrimes Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Act, 2015. They all pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were read to them, following which prosecution counsel, Nemeka Omwa, asked the court for a trial date and for the defendants to be remanded in the appropriate correctional center. Justice Oshago adjourned the matter till May 5, 2025 for trial, and ordered that they be remanded at the Correctional Custodial Center. EFCC arraigned 17 Chinese for alleged cyber-terrorism, internet fraud in Lagos. The Lagos Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Friday, February 21, 2025, arraigned 17 more Chinese and the company, Genting International Company Limited, before Justice Musa Kakaki and Justice Daniel Oshago, both of the Federal High Court, sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos, for fraud. They are Mao Bi Yuyi, Li Chen Long, Dai Li, Yuhai Qin, Jia Yang, Jia Ji, Hao Tao Kun, Lu Juan, Zhao Shaolian, Xiao Zichen, Zhang Sanfeng, Li Zongchan, Chen Guiping, Su Jianfu, Su Zongzhen, Wang Ji, and Zhen Zerong. The defendants are among the 792 member cryptocurrency investment and romance fraud suspects arrested on December 10, 2024, in a sting operation tagged Eagle Flush Operation by EFCC operatives. They were arraigned on separate charges bordering on alleged cyber-terrorism, cybercrime, possession of documents containing false pretense, and identity theft. While G and Zerong were arraigned before Justice Kakaki, the remaining 15 were arraigned before Justice Oshago. The charge against he reads that you, Maubi Yuyi and Genting International Company Limited, sometimes in December 2024 at Lagos within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, willfully caused to be accessed computer system for the purpose of destabilizing and destroying the economy and social structure of Nigeria, and thereby committed an offense contrary to and punishable under Section 18 of the Cybercrime Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Act, 2015, as amended, 2024. The charge against G reads that you, Wang Ji aka Su Zongcheng, and Genting International Company Limited, sometime between the 29th of November, 2024 and 10th of December, 2024 at number 7, Oyinjolayemi Street, Victoria Island, Ikoyi, Lagos, within the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, willfully caused to be accessed computer systems which were organized to destabilize the social and economic structure of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, when you secretly procured and employed several Nigerian youths for identity theft and other computer-related fraud, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to and punishable under Section 18 of the Cybercrimes Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Act, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2015 as amended. They all pleaded not guilty to the charges, following which prosecution counsel, M.S. Owede, T.J. Banjo, A.C. Olowanihi, and N.C. Mutfund asked the courts for trial dates and for the defendants to be remanded in the appropriate correctional center. While Justice Kakaki adjourned the matter till March 20, 2025 for trial, Justice Oshago adjourned till June 11, 2025 for trial. They were all ordered to be remanded in the correctional center. EFCC arraigns lawyer for alleged 1.3 billion naira forex fraud in Uyu. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Uyo Zonal Directorate, on Wednesday, February 12, 2025. Arraigned a legal practitioner barrister Alexander Uchenna Ozugbo before Justice Sergio's Honor of the Federal High Court sitting in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, for allegedly defrauding his victims to the tune of 1 naira, 323,850, 000.00, 1,323,850,000 naira through a bogus foreign exchange investment scheme. He was arraigned on 6 count charges bordering on obtaining money by false pretense in contravention of provisions of Section 18(2)(d) of the Money Laundering, Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022. Count 1 of the charges against him reads, that you Alexander Uchenna Ozugbo sometime in September 2024 in Nigeria, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, they take possession of the total sum of 268,850,000 naira only, 268,850,000 nairas, through a bank account with account name Starlight Attorneys which uniform proceeds of an unlawful act to wit, obtaining money by false pretense and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 18(2)(d) of the Money Laundering, Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 and punishable under Section 18(3) of the same Act. Count 2 reads, that you Alexander Uchenna Ozugbo sometime in July 2024 in Nigeria, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, they take possession of the total sum of 213 million naira only, 213 million nairas, through a bank account with account name Starlight Attorneys which uniform proceeds of an unlawful act to wit, obtaining money by false pretense and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 18(2)(d) of the Money Laundering, Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 and punishable under Section 18(3) of the same Act. The defendant pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were read to him, and in view of his plea, prosecution counsel, Joshua O. Abolarin prayed the court to remand the defendant at a correctional center and fix a date for trial, but the defense counsel CM Onichuku quickly informed the court of a bail application which he said was filed on self-recognizance for the defendant and also assured the court that he shall make himself available for trial. After listening to both counsels, Justice Honor granted bail in the sum of 500 million nairas, 500 million naira only with 2 sureties in like sum. The sureties must be civil servants of grade level 12 and above, and must have landed properties within the jurisdiction of the court. The court also ordered the defendant to deposit his international passport and 2 recent passport photographs with the court. Ozugbo was docked on the claims of 4 petitioners that alleged that he presented himself as a registered bureau de change operator with the Central Bank of Nigeria through which he earned their trust and collected the passwords to their betting accounts and promising that he was going to help them fund their accounts, but ended up diverting their funds. Investigation into the allegations revealed that the defendant was operating a Ponzi scheme under the guise of exchanging dollars for his victims and channeling most of the funds to various betting platforms. A total of 1,323,850,000 nairas was discovered to have been diverted from the accounts of the petitioners. The judge adjourned the matter to March 31, 2025 for trial.
Osazuwa Connedio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.